watching Corpus Files. True crime, horror, and chilling stories from the darkest corners of Reddit and reality. Some stories will haunt you, and some will change the way you see the world. This story is from r/no sleep by user Gamal Frank. Viewer discretion is advised. Parents forbade me from entering their bedroom. I finally broke in, and I think the knocking I've heard my whole life was my sister asking me to kill her. Every family has rules. Don't leave your wet towel on the floor. No TV until homework is done. Normal things. In my family, we had all those, plus one more. One rule that was absolute, unspoken, and enforced with a silent, terrifying finality. You do not go into mom and dad's bedroom. It wasn't just a knock first situation. The door was locked. I was never allowed inside. Not to ask a question, not to retrieve a toy. That room was a fortress. And from as far back as my memory goes, I knew why I wanted to go in. It was knocking. It wasn't constant, a soft, rhythmic thump, thump. Only heard if you stood in the hallway outside their door. I first noticed it when I was 6 or 7. I thought it was the pipes, but it was too steady, too intentional. I snuck in a few times. The carpet muffled my steps. Dim room, curtains drawn, lavender and cedar, big bed, dresser, imposing wardrobe against the far wall. Knocking was coming from behind it, inside the wall. I always got caught. My mother had a sixth sense. My father's voice was a low, cold monotone. There are places in this house that are ours alone. As a teenager, I asked him at dinner, why can't I go in your room? And what's the knocking sound? Silence. Father's gaze was as cold as granite. My mother gripped her knife. There is no knocking sound. Drop it. Last warning. I understood, but I never forgot. Now I'm 21. I saved enough to move out. Their cars leave, and I find the spare key in the cookie jar. Heart racing, I unlock the door. Light, lavender, cedar, big wardrobe. The thump, 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 louder than ever. Behind it, a hidden door. Inside, a tiny secret room. Children's clothes. A mobile. Photo albums labeled Our Angel. On a pillow, a tiny mummified body. My sister. When I touched her, visions hit me. My parents in a hospital, grief-stricken. Whispering, we can bring her back. We just have to anchor her. They had returned her soul to her tiny, decaying. Flames consumed her tiny person. I cried for her. For my parents, for the stolen life, and the family I destroyed. I freed my sister, but the knocking still remains. I cried for her, for my parents, for the stolen life, and for the family I destroyed. I freed my sister. Decades of knocking, decades of pleading. Kill me, please. I wrapped her body, drove to a deserted scrapyard, and set her free. Flames consumed her tiny person. I cried for her, for my parents, for the stolen life, and for the family I destroyed. I freed my sister, but the knocking still echoes in my memory. Some truths are heavier than any secret. Some doors, once opened, cannot be closed. Thank you for watching Corpus Files.